if you want to see what the fish looks like underneath, I can remove all the Escovitch for you so you can have a look. And there you have it. That's what it looks like underneath. Fry fish.
Welcome to the Grange Adventure. Join us for the ride. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome back to the GRANGE Adventure. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're in the kitchen again. And you know what we're doing today? We're gonna be doing some Escovitch fried fish.
Hi guys, so I'm gonna be cooking today. Our main ingredient here, I've got 4 snapper. I've washed them in some salt and lemon. And I've cleaned them very well. Make sure all the gut, all the red bits and all the gills have been removed from the head. And I've removed all the bones from the sides as well. We're using to season 4 pegs of garlic, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, another teaspoon of Himalayan salt, 1/4 teaspoon of grounded pimento, 2 teaspoons of dried herb, and another tablespoon of chive. And to make the Escovitch, over here I've got some red peppers, some carrots, some spring onions, and I've got some vinegar over here, a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to add some dark soy sauce to the fish when I'm seasoning as well. So join us. When you fry any sort of fish, you have to make sure that they're dry, because guess what? You don't want to be putting wet stuff into the hot oil. It's going to splash everywhere. So I'm just using some paper towel and making sure that they're dry. Can I have some more young grain? So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be mixing all the seasoning together. Just use a little teaspoon. Mix them all together. I'm going to be adding like a tablespoon of soy sauce to this, so it's a bit of a paste. And then I'm just going to coat the fish in this, inside and out. And I've cut some wedges in there as well, so that some of the flavor can go through. Just 2 little slashes on the side. So we're going to start with the inside. Remember, you have to be careful. I've removed all the fins and gills, but you still got bones. You know, fish is very
bonish.
Yeah, and you have to be careful because it will nip your fingers. And you get some into the sides there, into the incisions. Get some into the edge. Because you want your fish to taste seasoned and taste good. And in the meantime, the oil in the frying pan on the fire heating up, so that we can put these straight in. Just make sure that they're well coated, and all the spray you can rub it on to the others. Young Grange was saying, I was saying to Young Grange just now that he should he wanted to watch me to see what I was doing, and I was saying to him, good idea, come, so that you can learn to cook when you're older. It's not just the woman that has to cook, the man should know how to cook as well. So I'm teaching my son how to cook for his wife from now. And he was telling me that he doesn't like the eyes. Never mind, if you don't like the eyes, you can always take them out. And that's it. It's seasoned fish. If you want maximum flavor, what you could also do is leave these to marinate for a good 2 to 3 hours before you cook them. So to get everything prepped and cooked before Sabbath, before sunset. So I'm just gonna season and fry them straight away because we're not eating them today anyway. My oil is quite hot. I've just tested it. So I'm gonna flavor it with some bay leaf from my dad's allotment. See, it's hot like wow. Hey, and a bit of pepper and add it there. And I've got some spring onion, fresh to wash. And what that does is just flavors your oil. So I know that flavor will go into the fish as well. So I know my oil is hot, so I'm just gonna add 2 at a time because I don't want to overcrowd the pan. And just be careful. That smells so nice. And leave them to fry. Don't keep turning them and keep bothering them because you don't want them to break up. And that's what I used to do with my fish. I used to bother them every minute and they break up. So you have to leave them. If when you go to turn them, they're not turning, that means that they're not ready. So give them about a good 5 minutes or so to fry. Because I want them crispy. And while that is frying, I'm just going to prepare the escovitch. So for the escovitch, I've got 2 peppers here. I normally use, you know, the bell peppers, but I couldn't find any. So I'm just using these ones. So I'm just going to take out the seeds. I'm just going to chop them up. I'm going to do different shapes, little strips. And you don't want them too thin because you want a little bit of crunchiness to them. So if you cut them too thin, it's going to cook too easily. And this one, I've cut it like this. I just took the top off because I want them to be round. And don't forget your onions, the main ingredients that make the escovitch taste so nice. I'm using red onions, but you can use your white onions. There you go. So you've got perfect rings. I like the carrots in strips. I'm just going to take off the top. And I'm not going to peel them because they've been washed. I've soaked them up and washed them clean. I'm just popping and peeling them. And I'm going to do some strips. So about this thick. The fish look like they're ready to turn, and how you know? They're moving around freely. See? So they're not sticking to the pot. And then you can see from the edges that they're really brown. So I'm just going to flip them over. And I don't want it to splash, so I'm going to take my time. And give it another few minutes to fry it on that side. So it's been about 5 minutes. The fish are ready to come out. You see? All done. Nice fried fish. So while the fish is cooking, I'm going to start on the escovitch. So I'm just going to use a medium-sized pot. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. I've got some carrots here. I love a lot of veg on mine. Some people might think this is way too much, but I like that much on mine. You can add or minus as you so wish. I haven't got any pimento grain. Normally people put pimento grain into this, and sometimes people add a little bit of brown sugar for sweetness, but I'm not going to add any of that. The ground pimento powder on the fish already, so I'm not going to be adding that either. I'm just going to add this and a little bit of vinegar, and that's it. And I want them crunchy as well. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to add in the carrots. They take the longest to cook, and I want the peppers crunchy, so I'm going to add those last. Add in all the carrots, and I'm going to add to that some vinegar. Normally I would use some white vinegar, but I haven't got any. I'm going to add a third of a cup of vinegar to my carrots, and they can be steady and warm together. Or you can even put your vinegar in before, and when it's hot you add the carrots to it, but it doesn't really matter. Because I've got so much veggies, I'm going to add another third of a cup. Put a lid on that and let it come to a boil. Then I'll add the peppers and the onions, because the carrots take longer to cook. And don't forget your fish, because you don't want them to burn. They look like they're ready to be turned. So I'm just going to flip it over. There we go. Nice. So now the fish is ready to come out. See? The last one always gives trouble. And that's all done. Okay, so our carrots have been cooking for about 5 minutes. Yes, they're still hard, but good. So I'm just gonna chuck in the onions, then the peppers, and the spring onions. And to that, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of dried herbs, or 2. I love my dried ingredients. And a little tips of black pepper, because remember the fish is already seasoned, so you don't want a lot. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and give it a little stir. And I'm gonna leave it for a few minutes because I don't want it to overcook. I want it to still have the crunchiness, but still don't taste raw at the same time. Like that. Yeah. Lots of colors there. Orange, red, green, purple. Give it 5 minutes. Turn it down. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna check on my Escovitch. See what it's doing. Looks alright. You see? I don't know if you can see that properly. Let me give you a close up. They're cooked. You can taste it if you want. You can taste a piece of the carrot. Still got crunch to it. Perfect for me. Lovely. It's got a little bit of spice as well from the black pepper. Remember, I added Scotch bonnet pepper to the oil when I was frying, because some people normally had a lot of what you call it, Scotch bonnet pepper to this, but I'm not going to, because my family, I'm cooking for a child as well, so I have to bear in mind that it can't be too spicy. So I'm just gonna show you we're gonna plate it up now. I'm gonna put my fish back in. See, then fry nice both sides. And the last but not least, and now I'm gonna add the Escovitch. I'm just gonna spoon it on. You want to smell this. It smells amazing. The flavors coming through from the peppers, onion, and the dried herbs. spoon on so the fish are covered. And see, there's not much juice because I didn't put that much. See, just spoon it on. And when you're ready to eat that tomorrow, I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing. And that's it. Our Escovitch fish. I'm gonna plate one up so you can see. We're gonna be having this with some hard dough bread. National hard dough bread, straight from T.G.A. When we went this morning to buy it, it was fresh out of the box. So she didn't even have any on the shelf. And there you have it, hard dough bread and fried Escovitch fish, snapper fish. You don't even need any butter on that bread because remember that it's fried, so try cut on your oil as you can. You don't need nothing more on there. Enough oil is in the fish already, but if you so wish, you can add some butter. Yeah, let me tell you. And if you want to see what the fish looks like underneath, I can remove all the Escovitch for you so you can have a look. And there you have it. That's what it looks like underneath. Fried fish.
I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this Escovitch fried fish video. If you do, please leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think. Share the video with your family and friends, and please subscribe to our channel. Take care of yourselves and each other, and as always, it's blessings to you and your family. Grange Adventure out.
Bye.